Welcome to the Let's Master English podcast. You're about to dive into this important episode where Sarah and Peter tackle maybe the number one question on every learner's mind. How do you actually master English vocabulary? The hosts share a pro system to stop you from feeling stuck using only simple words like good or bad. Get ready to learn the difference between your passive and active vocabulary and discover the 5-part SMART Notebook strategy, including the secret weapon, collocations, or word partners. This scenario will give you all the tips, tricks, and confidence to move your words from your passive memory to your active speaking box. Hello, and welcome to Let's Master English, the podcast that gives you the tips, tricks, and confidence to use English in the real world. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Peter. We are so happy you're here with us today. Whether you are drinking your morning coffee in Sao Paulo
Or on an evening walk in Seoul.
We are here to help you on your English journey. And Sarah, today we have a big topic. It's maybe the number one question we get from learners.
You are absolutely right, Peter. The topic is vocabulary. That's right, today's episode is called How to Master English Vocabulary Like a Pro.
Like a pro. I love that because learning vocabulary can feel, well, it can feel like a job. It can feel difficult and boring. I know when I was learning Spanish, I had lists and lists of words. I would try to memorize 50 words a day.
Oh, the famous list. How did that work for you, Peter?
It was terrible. I would remember the words for the test on Friday, and by Monday, poof, they were gone. I couldn't use them in a real conversation. It was so frustrating.
I think every language learner has this exact same story. You feel like your head is full of words, but when you open your mouth, you can only find the simple ones, like good, bad, or nice.
Exactly. You feel stuck. B1 learners often feel this. You know a lot, but you want to express more complex ideas. You want to sound more, well, more pro.
Well, that's what today is all about. We are going to change the way you think about learning vocabulary. We will give you a new system, a better system.
And this is a pro system. It's what professional translators, interpreters, and polyglots, people who speak many languages, actually do. It's not magic, but it is smart.
So, what's on the menu today, Peter?
Today we are going to cover 3 main areas. First, the big mistake most learners make and why your brain has 2 different vocabulary boxes. We call this active versus passive vocabulary. Second, we will give you the pro method for finding and learning new words. Hint, it is not reading a dictionary. And third, we will share the secret weapon for remembering words forever and using them like a native speaker. This one is my favorite.
Plus, as always, we will hear from global voices, learners just like you from all around the world sharing their personal tricks. This is going to be a packed episode, so get a notebook and pen ready.
Let's get started.
Okay, Peter, you mentioned the big mistake and these 2 vocabulary boxes. What do you mean?
All right. Let's start with a question for our listeners. Have you ever been watching a movie in English? You understand everything. You hear a character use a fantastic word like astonishing or convenient, and you think, wow, that's a good word. I know what that means.
Yes, absolutely. You feel really smart. You recognize the word.
Exactly. That word is in your passive vocabulary. This is your first box. Your passive vocabulary is all the words you understand when you read them or hear them. For most B1 learners, this box is actually very big.
But, and this is a big but, a week later, you are telling a friend about the movie. You want to use that word. You want to say, the special effects they were really good.
Really good. The word astonishing is gone. It's stuck in the passive box. You can't pull it out and use it.
The words you can use easily, without thinking. Words like good, house, walk, happy. These are in your second box. This is your active vocabulary.
The big mistake learners make is focusing only on putting more words into the passive box. They read lists, they use apps, they see a word, they see the translation, click, done. But they never practice moving the word.
So the pro strategy is not just about learning more words. It's about moving words from your passive box, the words you know, to your active box, the words you use.
That is the entire game. And today, our system is all about that process.
This reminds me of a message we got. It's our first global voice of the day. This is from Maria in Brazil. Hi, Sarah and Peter. I love the podcast. My problem is this. I work for an American company, so I read emails and reports in English all day. I understand my boss, I understand my colleagues, but when I have to write an email or speak in a meeting, I feel like a child. I use the same simple words again and again. I know the word efficient and challenging, but in the meeting, I just say good and hard. How do I get the words from my head to my mouth?
Wow, Sarah. Maria's message is perfect. She perfectly describes the active versus passive problem.
She has a huge passive vocabulary from her job, but her active vocabulary feels small. Maria, thank you for sending this. You are not alone.
Millions of learners feel this. So let's build the system. How do we find new words and, at the same time, start moving them to the active box?
Okay, so if memorizing lists is the wrong way, what is the right way?
The number one, golden, most important rule of vocabulary is this: learn in context.
Learn in context. What does that mean?
It means you should learn new words from real situations, from reading articles, from listening to podcasts, from watching TV shows, from talking to people, not from a list of random, disconnected words.
Why is this so much better?
Because your brain is a storyteller. It remembers connections. When you learn the word enormous from a list, it's just a word. But when you learn enormous from a story about a little boy who finds an enormous red-striped elephant, you have a picture, you have a feeling, you have a context.
The word has a home in your brain.
Exactly. So tip number one is be a reader and a listener. This is your input.
Let's talk about reading first. This is called extensive reading. Extensive just means a lot. It means reading for pleasure.
This is so important. You should not be reading Shakespeare if you are a B1 learner. It's too hard. You will get frustrated and stop.
You need to find material that is interesting to you and at the right level. We call this the Goldilocks rule. Not too hard, not too easy.
A good guide is the 5-finger rule. Open a page of the book or article. If you find more than 5 words you don't know on one page, it's too hard. Put it down. Find something easier.
Graded readers are fantastic for this. These are books from publishers like Oxford or Cambridge that are rewritten for different English levels. You can read a detective story or a romance, but at a B1 level.
So what do you do when you are reading and you find a new word? Let's say you're reading a story and you see the sentence, "The man was in a hurry, so he hastily drank his coffee."
What do most learners do, Peter?
They stop. They pull out their phone, they open their translation app, they type hastily, they find the word in their language, they close the app, they go back to reading.
And they have broken the flow. They've interrupted the story.
The pro way is different. First, try to guess.
Okay, the man was in a hurry, so he hastily drank his coffee. Well, if he is in a hurry, he probably drinks his coffee fast?
Bingo! Hastily means quickly or fast. You just learned the word from context. You didn't need a translator.
Now, you don't have to stop, but what I like to do is have a small notebook next to me. I just write the word hastily in the notebook. I don't look it up. I just write it down and keep reading.
This is a great trick. Why?
Because it keeps me in the story. I don't lose my concentration. Later, after I finish reading for 20 minutes, I can go back to my list of 3 or 4 words and look them up.
And that is when you start building your pro vocabulary notebook. But we'll talk about that in segment 3.
Right. So the first part of the system is reading what you love. It could be blogs about cooking. It could be news articles about sports. It could be science fiction stories.
And the second part is listening. Listen to podcasts like this one.
Yes, we hope so. Listen to audiobooks. Watch movies and TV shows.
But Sarah, a question. What about subtitles? This is a big debate.
It is a big debate. Here is our pro advice for B1 learners. Do not use subtitles in your native language. Why? Because your brain is lazy. It will just read your language and you will not listen to the English. You are practicing reading, not listening.
So true. What should they do?
Use English subtitles. This is fantastic. You connect the sound of the word with the spelling of the word.
This is how I learned so many words. You hear the actor say, "That's outrageous," and you see the word outrageous on the screen. It connects.
And if you are B1, you can understand most of the sentence. That's and outrageous. You can guess outrageous means something like crazy or unbelievable.
And what do you do with that new word, outrageous?
You write it in your notebook to look up later.
This whole input part of the system is about being curious. Be an explorer. Your mission is to find new, interesting words in the wild.
I love that. You are a word explorer, and this is exactly what our next Global Voice does. Let's listen to Kenji from Japan.
Hello, my name is Kenji. I am a university student in Osaka. My trick for vocabulary is video games. I play a game called Stardew Valley in English. It is a farming game. It is very peaceful, but I learned so many words. I learned fertilizer, crops, harvest, and artisan. When I started, I just guessed. The game has pictures. I see the word parsnip. I see the vegetable. Now I know parsnip. I also keep a Google Doc. I write the new words like blacksmith or community center. Then I use them when I write on the game forums online. It's fun, not study.
Peter, that is brilliant.
Kenji is a total pro. He is doing everything right. 1, he chose a topic he loves, video games. 2, he is using context. He sees the picture and the word. 3, he is actively collecting the words in a Google Doc. And 4, this is the magic part. He uses the words. He writes on the forums.
Kenji has given us the perfect bridge to our next section. He found the words in context, his input, but then he did something with them. He had output.
And output, speaking and writing, is the only way to move a word from your passive box to your active box.
This is the part that many learners skip. They only do input, but the pros know that you must have output.
You have to use it or lose it.
Okay, So we've explored the world, we've read our blogs, we've watched our movies, we've played our video games, and now we have a list of new words in our notebook. Words like hastily, outrageous, and parsnip.
A very interesting dinner party.
So what's next? Do we just write the translation?
No. This is where we create a smart vocabulary notebook. This is tip number 2. If you do this, you will be in the top 1% of learners.
So what's in a smart notebook? It's not just word equals translation.
Never. In fact, I want you to try not to use translation. Try to do this all in English. A pro notebook entry for a new word has at least 4 parts. Let's take a word Kenji learned. Harvest.
Okay, so I write harvest at the top of the page. What's first?
Part 1. The definition. In simple English. Don't copy a complicated dictionary definition. Write what it means to you. For harvest, you could write the time when you collect the food from a farm, like corn or tomatoes.
Okay, that's easy. To collect crops.
Part 2. Word family. This is so useful. Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective? Sometimes the word is all 3. Harvest, noun. The harvest was good this year. To harvest, verb. We will harvest the corn in October.
Ah, this is great because you learn 2 words, not just 1. What's next?
Part 3. The pronunciation. You don't need to be an expert in phonetics, just make a note. For harvest, you can write har-vest. The stress is on the first part. This stops you from saying harvest.
This is so important. So many people read a word but are afraid to say it because they don't know the pronunciation.
And now, part 4. This is the secret weapon. This is the difference between a good learner and a pro learner.
I'm ready.
Part 4. Collocations.
Collocations. That sounds like a B2 or C1 word, Peter. What is a collocation for our B1 learners?
It's a big word for a very simple idea. Collocations are word partners. They are words that just love to be together. They are best friends.
Let me give you an example. Do we say make a photo or take a photo?
We say, take a photo.
Do we say a strong coffee or a powerful coffee?
A strong coffee.
Take a photo and strong coffee are collocations. It's not a grammar rule. It's just what native speakers say. It's what sounds right.
And learning collocations is the secret to sounding natural. A pro doesn't just learn the word harvest. They learn the words that go with harvest.
So in my notebook for harvest, what collocations would I write?
You might write a good harvest, a bad harvest, harvest time, to harvest crops.
How do I find these?
You find them in the same place you found the word. In the article, in the movie. The sentence was, we will harvest the corn. There is your collocation, to harvest plus a crop. You can also use a free online tool like the Oxford Collocations Dictionary.
This is so powerful because now you don't just know the word harvest, you know how to use it.
And that brings us to the final, most important step. You must create your own example. This is part 5 of your notebook. Write your own sentence, a sentence that is true for you.
So for harvest, I could write, my grandmother lives on a farm and I help her harvest apples every autumn.
That is a perfect sentence. It's personal. It has an emotion. Your brain will remember it. Compare that to just writing harvest equals recoller. Your sentence is 100 times more powerful.
So the Smart Notebook has 5 parts. The word, the definition in simple English, the word family, noun, verb, etc., collocations, word partners, and my personal sentence.
This sounds like a lot of work, Sarah.
It is, but here's the pro tip. Don't do this for 50 words a day. Peter's old broken system.
Hey,
Do this for 5 words, just 5 new words a day, but do it well. Quality over quantity. 5 words a day, done this way, is over 1,800 words in a year, and these are 1,800 words you can actually use.
You're building a high-quality, active vocabulary.
Now, you have this amazing notebook, but how do you remember it? How do you stop the forgetting curve? That feeling when you learn something and it's gone 2 days later.
Now we get to tip number 3, the technology. This is how you make the words stick forever.
Okay, we have our input from reading. We have our SMART notebook. Now, how do we review?
We use a pro technique called spaced repetition.
Another big scientific-sounding term.
It is, but the idea is simple. Your brain forgets things over time. You learn harvest on Monday. By Wednesday, you are starting to forget it. By next week, it's gone.
The forgetting curve.
Right. Spaced repetition is a system that interrupts the forgetting. It shows you the word just before you forget it. It shows you harvest on Monday. Then it shows you again on Wednesday. Because you remembered it, it waits. It shows you again on Saturday. Then it waits a whole week. Then a month.
Every time you remember it, the space or interval gets longer.
And this, scientifically, is the most efficient way to put information into your long-term memory.
How can our learners do this? It sounds complicated to organize.
It was complicated. People used to use paper flashcards in different boxes. But now we have apps.
Technology is our friend.
The most famous and free app is called Anki, A-N-K-I. It's a spaced repetition system, SRS, flashcard app. You can make your own cards.
So you can take your SMART notebook entry and make a flashcard. Front, the time when you collect crops from a farm. Back, harvest, noun or verb. Harvest, collocations. A good harvest, harvest time.
exactly. Other apps like Quizlet or Memorize also use these ideas. The tool doesn't matter, the system matters.
This is so smart. You use reading/listening to find words. You use your notebook to understand them deeply, and you use an SRS app to memorize them.
This is a 10 out of 10 system, Sarah. But it is missing one final non-negotiable step.
I know what it is. It's what Kenji from Japan did.
It's what Maria from Brazil wants to do.
You have to use it.
All this work is for nothing if you do not take the final step and use the word.
This is how you move the word from your passive box to your active box permanently.
How can learners do this? It can be scary.
It is scary, but you can start small. Trick 1, writing. Start a journal. Tonight, write 3 sentences using new words from your notebook. Today, I did not harvest any corn, but I did hastily eat my lunch. My boss's new plan is outrageous.
A very dramatic lunch. But your brain loves this. You created something.
You can also do what Kenji does. Go online, find a forum about your hobby. Cooking, video games, football, whatever. Write one comment using one of your new words.
And then the boss level, the final challenge, speaking.
This is the scariest part. You're afraid you'll say it wrong, you'll pronounce it wrong, people will laugh.
First, they won't laugh. They will be impressed. But if you are nervous, you can start by talking to yourself.
I am the world champion of talking to myself.
Me too.
It's called the shower monologue. When you're in the shower or driving your car, pretend you are in a situation. Tell yourself about your day using your new words. My day was challenging. The traffic was terrible. I had to hastily finish my report, but my colleague was very reliable.
Reliable. That's a great word. Let's add that to our notebook. Reliable, adjective, someone you can trust. Collocations, a reliable car, a reliable friend, very reliable. My sentence, my co-host Sarah is very reliable. She is always on time for the podcast.
Aw, thanks, Peter. And you are very reliable, too. See, we just used it. We just activated it.
And finally, you have to talk to other humans. Find a language partner online, join a group class, set a mission for yourself. Today, in my class, I will use the word efficient.
When you do it, when you use efficient in a real conversation and the other person understands you, the feeling is amazing.
It's victory. And that word is yours. It is in your active vocabulary box, probably forever.
Let's listen to our last global voice. This is from Fatima in Egypt, and she talks all about this final scary step. Hello, I am Fatima from Cairo. I am a mother of 2. For a long time, I was very shy. I only learned English from books. My notebook was full. But I never spoke. My teacher told me, Fatima, your words are in a prison. You must let them out. So I joined an online speaking club. Just 1 hour a week. The first time, I was sweating. My heart was so fast. But I did it. I remember I learned the word ambitious. I wanted to describe my daughter. I said, my daughter is very ambitious. And the group all smiled. They understood. Now, I love my speaking club. It is the best part of my week.
Sarah, I have goosebumps, chills. Your words are in a prison. You must let them out.
What a beautiful and powerful way to think about it.
Fatima is a pro. She did the hardest thing. She opened her mouth, and she won. She moved ambitious from the passive prison to the active, free world.
That is so, so wonderful. Thank you, Fatima.
Wow, that was a lot of information. Let's do a quick review of the Pro vocabulary system.
Okay, let's summarize. It's a 5-step circle. Step 1, input. Find words in context. Read, listen, watch. Choose things you love. Be a word explorer. Step 2, guess and collect. Don't stop. Don't translate immediately. Guess the meaning from the context. Write the new word in a notebook to check later. Step 3, the SMART notebook. Understand the word deeply. Don't just translate. Write the definition, word family, pronunciation, and, most importantly, collocations, word partners. Step 4, memorize. Use a spaced repetition system like Anki or Quizlet for 10 minutes every day. This moves the word into your long-term memory. Step 5, activate. You must use the word. Write it in a journal, use it in an email, and, the scariest but best, say it to another person. This moves it to your active vocabulary.
And then the circle starts again. You read, you find another new word.
It's not a list you finish. It's a system you live with. It's a habit.
And the final piece of advice, be patient and be curious.
Yes.
Don't try to learn 100 words a day. Learn 5 words like a pro. Be curious about them. Where did this word come from? What are its friend words, collocations?
You are not just memorizing. You are getting to know a new word. You are making a new friend. Learning enormous is making a new friend. Learning reliable is making a new friend.
And soon, your party will be full of interesting, wonderful, active word friends you can call on anytime.
That is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us on Let's Master English.
We hope you feel motivated and ready to change your system. You can do this. You can master vocabulary like a pro.
And now we have a challenge for you. We want you to activate your vocabulary.
We want to hear from you. Go to our website, letsmasterenglish.com, or find us on social media. Leave us a comment and tell us, what is your favorite trick for learning vocabulary?
Or, even better, what is one new pro word you learned this week? Try to use it in a sentence, and maybe even use one of its collocations.
We would be thrilled, that's a great word, THRILLED, it means very happy and excited. We would be thrilled to read your sentences.
You are pro, Sarah.
We are all learning together.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss our next episode. Next week, we are tackling another big, scary topic, phrasal verbs.
Look up, put down, turn off, so many. We will give you a simple system for that, too.
Until then, keep practicing.
And be curious.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
That was a deep dive into mastering your vocabulary. Sarah and Peter's final challenge is for you to put this pro system into action. Remember, it's a 5-step circle that starts with input, reading or listening, and ends with activate, using the word in speaking or writing. Don't forget to use a spaced repetition system like Anki to make those new words stick forever. Be patient, be curious, and keep making those new word friends.